evening to you from Dens Park, venue for the first semi-final of the 1988 Skull Cup competition. Aberdeen, who reached the final of this tournament last year against Dundee United, runners-up last season in the Scottish Cup. Each team unbeaten to date this season, so something will have to give here at Dens Park tonight. The crowd not far short of the 24,000 capacity. Well, there's the Aberdeen team, just one change from the side that beat Celtic 3-1 at Parkhead on Saturday. Neil Simpson is back after injury, and he replaces the player who scored the first goal against Celtic, Brian Grant. Aberdeen goalkeeper Theo Schnelder signed from the Dutch team 20 Enschede during the summer, and his early displays for the club indicate that Alex Smith has signed a quality performer. Dundee United manager Jim McLean was disappointed with his team showing in the 1-1 draw against Hibs on Saturday. He's made one switch. 17-year-old Alec Cleland comes in for John Clark. And there's one man hoping to keep Theo Schnelder's occupied tonight. Dundee United's Finnish international striker Miksu Patalainen. Now, he's already found the net 6 times since the start of the season. In charge of tonight's game, Douglas Hope of Erskine. Dundee United kick off this match with conditions close to perfect. Aberdeen and Dundee United know each other very well, of course. They met here at Dens Park in the semi-final of the Scottish Cup last season. On that occasion, it took 3 games before a winner emerged. That winner was Dundee United. Here's Maurice Malpas, the United captain. Raphael Mead. Aberdeen defenders trying to close him down. McKimmie. Early touch of the ball for Theo Schnelders. And the whistle has sounded. It'll be a free kick to Aberdeen. This tie will be decided on the night, with extra time and penalties coming into play if necessary. Malpas. Patalainen. Robertson trying to cut off Raphael Mead. And Robertson tripped early on. Free kick. Raphael Mead signed from Sporting Lisbon at the start of the season. Alec McLeish, one of the Scotland heroes in Norway last week. Width provided by McKimmie. Here's Charlie Nicholas. And Nicholas with a shot. Piece of Charlie Nicholas magic in the first minute of the game. He did it all on his own here. Took a deflection and an awkward save to make for Billy Thompson. First corner of the game. William Miller's up. And the header by Hewitt. Aberdeen have scored. A dream start for the Pataudry men. William Miller getting up. And there's John Hewitt. Looping header, but it counts. Aberdeen are in the lead. Hewitt went down as if he'd been upended by Alec Cleland. But play goes on. And here's Kevin Gallagher. McAnally making a run. Patalainen's waiting in the middle. Gallagher! Well, that wasn't far away. Kevin Gallagher going it alone here. William Miller up against Gallagher on the right foot shot, sizzling over the top. Kevin Gallagher, a striker of genuine pace. Miller. Intended for Davy Dodds. And Alec Cleland conceding another Aberdeen throw. Aberdeen dangerous from throw-in situations with David Robertson at the helm. Here's Robertson's cross. Thompson's lost it. Jim Bett knocking it back. McLeish is up. And a corner. Alec McLeish coming in from the back and nearly scoring the Aberdeen second. Crossed by Jim Betts. Nearly conceding the corner, an awkward one for Thompson. Padalainen, 2 Aberdeen players on him. Free kick. Will have to be retaken. The kick taken by Billy McKinlay. There's Padalainen and Gallagher. Perhaps Dundee United's best chance to date. Flicked in casually by Billy McKinlay. Padalainen did well to get up, to get his head to the ball, and Gallagher thwarted by Schnelders. There's Padalainen again. Away by McKimmie. Billy McKinley's deep cross. Missed out Padalainen and recovered by Jim Bett. Connor. And John Hewitt is open on the left side. United players swarming back. It was a fair challenge by Cleland on Hewitt. John Hewitt is still on the ground. The Aberdeen physiotherapist, David Wiley, wants to come on. Cleland certainly didn't hold back in making the tackle on the Aberdeen striker. Gallagher getting past McKimmie. Padalainen's waiting in the middle. But McKimmie there to make the recovery. Aberdeen getting the break of the ball just then. Hegarty. Intended receiver, Padalainen. Still the chance on. Raphael Mead. Trying to get it through the forest of legs. But the Aberdeen defence getting the ball away. Yet here's another chance. Mead. Cross not accurate enough. Raphael Mead had the chance to tie the game. Kevin Gallagher tried to hook it in himself. Missed by Padalainen. And the important block made by Willie Miller. Here come United again. Gallagher. Kevin Gallagher testing out Theo Schnelders. But the Aberdeen goalkeeper coping well. Just signs that Dundee United are clawing their way back into the Skull Cup semi-final. Here's an Aberdeen breakaway. Hegarty making the tackle on Hewitt. Room for Gallagher. Simpson. Held by Billy McKinlay. Davy Dodds. Header was by McAnally. And Hegarty making the clearance. Now Padalainen. Dave Bowman running onto the ball. Padalainen and Mead waiting inside the box. There's Padalainen. Gallagher. Jim McAnally. McAnally weaving his way down the left. But the cross, not ideal for Dundee United. Chance falling to Cleland, then in came McInally. One United goal would force this match into extra time. Krivokapic bringing down Paul Mason. Jim Beck will take the free kick for Aberdeen. McLeish coming in from the back, and Brian Grant. A lot of space here. The header by Dodds. That goal could decide the game. Brian Grant with a lot of room in which to work here. The cross perfect for Davy Dodds against his old team, and it's 2-0 to Aberdeen. Davy Dodds scored with a header at Parkhead on Saturday, and a similar goal tonight. And the Aberdeen fans love what they're seeing. Approaching injury time now, throw to Aberdeen. Charlie Nicholas. And this Skol Cup semi-final is all over. Aberdeen record a 2-0 victory. Goals by John Hewitt in the first minute and Davy Dodds in the 80th minute. Aberdeen go through to the final of the 1988 Skol Cup. Davy Dodds against his former team, one of the heroes. A great night for Aberdeen fans here at Dens Park. Tomorrow night, the other semi-final takes place at Hampden Park in Glasgow. It's Rangers against Hearts.
And there is Mark Walters, the man who tormented Hearts on Saturday and really set Rangers on the winning way. Shot from the Jockstein terracing at Hampden, showing how well filled the stadium is, and Hampden looking an absolute picture on this September evening as we await the second semi-final in the Skol Cup. Bob Valentine keeping the team's Hearts will kick off. Rangers against Hearts, the decision tonight. Who will meet Aberdeen in the final here at Hampden on 23rd of October? Foster and Cahoon waiting, and a crescendo of noise inside the stadium. Hearts get the game underway. Bannon doing well to nod that one inside. Galloway pushing forward, but it's picked up by John Brown. Quick delivery downfield, no one prepared to hold it. Nicely picked up by Dave McPherson. Foster, tricky little player. He was booked on Saturday at Tynecastle for dissent. John Brown. Hearts competing well for the ball in midfield, but Rangers keeping it tight. Another free kick. Ray Wilkins, of course, was the player of the month last month, and he really is the Rangers playmaker in midfield. Dave McPherson. Bannon, that was a good header. Cahoon and Foster combining. McPherson bowling over Mark Walters there, and he's going to be pulled over by referee Bob Valentine, and I don't think the big centre half could complain about that. Walters trotting back into the action, and from that shot you can also see that there's still a bit of rain falling here at Hampden. No yellow card, just a ticking off as the free kick comes to Nisbet. Stevens, well checked by Bannon, but at the expense of a corner. Stevens always willing to venture forward. So Rangers have the corner. The big men up on the edge of the box. Cooper to take it, looking for close support. Stevens, dummied. Henry Smith did exceptionally well, but Walters is there. Here's the corner that did all the damage. Stevens, Butcherman in the dummy, the Hearts defence at 6s and 7s, and Henry Smith was very brave, deserved a bit of luck there, didn't get it, and look at Walters drilling that one home. John Brown just knocking that one wide as Rangers get back. As we approach the 15-minute mark, there's not been a lot of great football from the game. It's been competitive and hard as both sides have battled. Even Bannon has shown some very nice touches. But Stevens keeping check. Bannon does it again. Berry tries again. Oh, and a great save. Brilliant work there by Neil Berry. That is true grit. And Woods replied with a fine save. Bannon caused the trouble. The Rangers' defence were almost at 6s and 7s, and look at Berry's determination. Determined to go. Galloway certainly has been a great buy for Hearts, and Brown has just proved himself more than a utility left back. Hearts, corners, Bannon, beautiful skill turned in, and that just needed a touch. Hearts very unlucky there, no doubt about it that Bannon has proved a real thorn in the flesh to that Rangers defence. Really the trouble stemming there from the corner. Bannon checked, and look at that. Hearts just inches away from an equaliser. No offside flag. Ferguson timed his run. Walters and Berry rescues Hearts in dire straits. Nisbet offside and pushing that time, I think. But really, there was no flag. That Hearts defence looked to the linesman on the far side. But I think in the replay we'll see that Ferguson in fact timed his run, and this is where the trouble stemmed for Hearts. Look at Berry. Just got it away in the nick of time. Off in his they shall not pass mood. Mark Walters. Chance to run at Whittaker. The double shuffle. Oh, Smith! And Nisbet turns it home. Nisbet scores, Rangers second, jubilation on the terracing, and this was Mark Walters at his best. Watch the skill here, Hearts let him have room, the double shuffle, and Henry Smith doesn't want to see this. 13 and a half minutes played in the second half. Rangers a 2-goal cushion and looking to add to it. Mark Walters through the middle, oh, and Henry Smith foiled the Rangers winger. There's Andy Gray. Looks as if he's about to make his Rangers debut. Gary Mackay still driving Hearts forward. Bannon, the right foot shot, and Woods took that one well. Woods taking his time by a watch, just over a minute left for play. Gray gets a glancing header. Walters! Andy Gray set it up. Walters' pace, and the finishing really did it. Look at this. Gray won it well. Walters between the two defenders. Smith seemed to have batted the angle, but that's it. Rangers 3-0. So Mark Walters, the destroyer of Hearts, dreams in this Skull Cup semi-final. Again, the remarkable crowds here in Glasgow, 53,623. Just proves once again how popular this Skull Cup competition is. Over 18,000 at Dens Park last night for Aberdeen and Dundee United. And this competition just gets better and better as Bob Valentine's whistle signals full time. A victory by 3-0 for Rangers.
Well, in case you did not hear or see the team announcements, let me run down them. Aberdeen, firstly, in goal, of course, the man we've just been talking about, Theo Snelders, and Stuart McKimmie at fullback, along with young David Robertson. Neil Simpson is in midfield. Alec McLeish and Willie Miller. Jim Bett, Robert Corner, David Dodds, and Hewitt. That's a team with 9, no less than 9 holders of League Cup medals. And against the background of that huge Rangers support, the Rangers side today, all of these men have been bought into Ibrox. The only players who have yet to win anything at all, John Brown, Kevin Drinkle, and Mark Walters. The referee today, as I said, George Smith, who had the cup final as well, Scottish Cup final, rated by many as the top referee in the country. And listening to the discussions before the game, I honestly do not think that the incidents of 2 weeks ago at Pittodrie will bear largely on the minds of these players. I think there's been far too much publicity given to what actually happened, and there's a great responsibility lying on the shoulders of the players. They are not just playing in front of a 75,000 crowd. This game will be seen throughout the world. Scottish football is on a huge stage, and behaviour will certainly count. And so, the curtain almost about to rise on this, the 43rd League Cup final. Rangers starting the match. As I said, the pitch is in immaculate condition. There can be no complaints at all about that. Picked up immediately by Bett. I think you'll find Bett making very interesting runs down that right side. That's a goal kick. Jim Bett, who's always been a very studious player, a thinker in the game, and unfortunately far too many people in the past haven't appreciated the way he's played and his influence on a match. Chris Woods, who did not play, of course, in the game last year. Strong header there by Robert Corner. Aberdeen with very neat possession. Here's Corner. It's a very good run indeed. Well, he certainly had the confidence to have a right go at that Rangers defence. This is the way he drove forward. There wasn't any great strength in the shot, however. I think Chris Woods would love to see that ball nestling in his arms. Free kick to Rangers. There's Willie Miller at the back, steady as ever, great positional sense. Well, the Rangers' big man had gone forward, which left John Brown at the back, and he swept that up very neatly indeed. The usual kind of apprehensive start, and for a man of very great experience like Gary Stevens there, that was a rather unusual mistake, indicative of the pressure. It's very good tackling, away goes Ferguson. Simpson goes with him, looking for a little bit of support. Ferguson Ali is very good at runs from midfield.
I think there was very noticeable that Simpson seemed a little bit hesitant to make a tackle. I think once he makes his first tackle, he's got over the crowd already.
The tackling shot. Nobody is being allowed to settle, and for Neil Cooper there. Nostalgic, of course, being back amongst red and white supporters, but playing against them this time. Ball from Ray Wilkins. Stevens. There's Drinkle. Excellent tackle by Willie Miller. Now, Walters. Trying to go for it himself. Referee waving play on. The break by Hewitt. Unconventional, came off the chest, and the referee said that was all right. Yes, Ferguson took off. Was no offside. Drinkle. And there is this time. Well, Drinkle was not in an offside position, but the run forward by McCoist was. Nicholas, yard offside. For all the Rangers' pressure, after 12 minutes, there's still no scoring. That's a free kick.
I think the game so far actually has shown the philosophy of the two managers. The Aberdeen manager is a great believer that if you don't lose goals, you don't lose championships. And to me, Aberdeen have been very defensive today.
Ferguson running into trouble. Wanted to play the ball a bit too much himself. And there's Brown again. John Brown, the definitive utility player. With Dundee, played virtually everywhere, barring goal. He may even have done that. Butcher. It's a little too much for Walters. Well, there's Mark Walters. He's the player that most people coming to any game now watch a piece of entertainment. The goalkeeper making a dreadful blunder. That is a penalty. Drinkle brought down. Quite astonishing piece of suicide there by the Aberdeen defence. This is how it came about. Back to the goalkeeper, what a tight ball to give him. And now getting into bother here. Drinkle going after it. Ooh, that was very close indeed, but the referee says penalty kick. And so, 14 minutes gone. Andy McCoy to take the penalty for Rangers. And the referee tried to get the Aberdeen goalkeeper settled. Ball not quite on the spot. Always a nerve-wracking experience for a player at any time, but in the cup final, the Dutch goalkeeper to face Ali McCoist. He's done it. 1-0 for Rangers. Total suicide by the Dutch goalkeeper. And this was the clinical way that McCoy decided to put Rangers in front. Gary Stevens, bowling instructions there. A lot of shouting goes on the field, of course. Eric McLeish, just in play. Ferguson. And the referee didn't like the tackle. That's a free kick. A little bit of edge creeping in. We do not expect football to be played with carpet slippers. It's quite a big commitment, Darren.
Right, I think initially it was a bit false because both teams were just hanging back. But now with the nitty-gritty, we're getting down to nitty-gritty and they're getting the tackles in. And that's what football's about.
Corner. Neil Cooper at the back. That's a very good ball. Drew out the Rangers goalkeeper and just above the heads of the central defenders. John Hewitt. I think McLeish has gone up with Willie Miller. There we are, Willie Miller, number 6, will come in and they try the short one. Ian Ferguson at the post. Charlie Nicholas. Charlie Nicholas suffering a little bit of toothache this morning when he arrived at the ground. "20 minutes gone, Aberdeen with the corner kick, and that's the equaliser. Dodds. David Dodds right in position for Aberdeen. A cross ball totally missed by the Rangers defence. This was a corner, and watch the commitment by both the goalkeeper, central defenders, and David Dodds snatches it in. Not an easy chance, I may say. Seemed to come off the thigh. Free kick. Without any question. Turnbull not too anxious to shake a hand there. 26 minutes gone of the first half. Aberdeen 1, Rangers 1. Stevens with time to bring that down. Drinkle, beautiful move. He tries to put it in and the two of them miss it. Quite astonishing. Again, an extremely lethal ball. And again, the Aberdeen goalkeeper looked quite transfixed. Now, he made this for himself. I just watched the goalkeeper. Stood there, and I think he might just have got a touch away. And Aberdeen certainly in the ascendancy against a very flat-looking Rangers side at the moment. Offside. But look at the way that Bet had made that run. He's one of the best in the game, and suddenly coming forward very quickly, exposing a defence. Just about a stride offside, though. Here's Stevens. Taken very easily there by David Robertson. He's settled into his task now, despite having been booked early on. Ferguson. Miller did the right thing. Twice. Stevens. Miller once again there. This is Ferguson. Did well to get that in. Stevens. Did the right thing, following up. Obviously went through his mind that something might just break to him. Haven't really seen all that much of Aberdeen so far with about 8 minutes gone. I thought Gary Stevens has been very unsure of himself today, Ali.
Yes, he's normally one of the players who you would expect to be coming down and linking up with Walters, but he's kicked more balls out the park, and I'm a high regard for Stevens. I think he's a tremendous player normally, but today he's been very disappointing.
Now here's Cooper. Played it round well, although I think Ferguson was screaming for the ball initially. Stevens. There's Drinkle. Very good move though by Rangers. They switched directions and Stevens' ball wasn't all that far away from meeting Drinkle flush on the forehead. Good jumping. He did as well as he possibly could. He was really pressurized. Butcher tries to find Walters. Here's Ferguson. To McCoy. Seeing a lot more of Rangers now.
I think one of the problems for Rangers is that the left side of the field is non-existent. It's only when Walters moves over do we get anything from it at all. Earlier on, John Brown was attacking, but at the moment, there's no one operating this left side, and Aberdeen have an out. Every time they get the ball, they can give it to McKimmie.
Throw to Aberdeen. Alec McLeish in the wars. Only sudden death will stop him from taking any further part. There's Stevens to Walters. Well, the one thing Walters hasn't really got going, except for that burst early in the first half, but he is at least absorbing defenders. They're having to go across to him. Yes, Ferguson was a brilliant goal. For Rangers. And the man who cost £1 million to bring to Rangers, showing a little bit of the quality that attracted Souness and others in the first place. Absolutely no chance for Teus Skelders to save this one. A very awkward ball to take, Ali.
An opportunist goal. That's what it's all about. It's a tremendous goal.
And that pressure that Rangers put on earlier has paid off. It's been a very unusual game. It's fluctuated according to the goals scored. Rangers very good until they scored with a penalty. Aberdeen coming back, and now Rangers in the lead again, to the delight of this huge throng of red, white and blue. McKimmie attacking. Could Aberdeen get in right away? No, they can't. Richard Goff comes clear. And Goff, look at this, Aberdeen. Stevens, with a wide open down the middle. Now Walters. Whoa! You knew he was going to let fly with that. And one wonders about Walters if he begins to flourish as a player when the pressure goes off his side. Here's Danny McCoy. So 1 against 1, beautifully tackled again. There's McCoy, and the Aberdeen defence really are on the rack now.
Rangers are putting more effort into it now and starting to win all the tackles. Aberdeen are just getting brushed aside.
Here's Brown. That's McLeish. Charlie Nicholas did that brilliantly. Here's Bett. There's Dodds, and that's in the equaliser. A brilliant goal by Dodds. A superb run by Bett. What an amazing match this is. Oh, brilliant run here by Bett. Look at that ball, and David Dodds as handy as ever. Dodds managing to get himself out of cover, and Woods left stranded. 2 each. The police detectives. Good looking ball too. Defensive work there by Walters. Rangers would, I think, prefer to see him down the other end. Oh, Thomas Comic cuts across there. Very. Gary Stevens has looked very wobbly. Very panicky. Now Robertson will try the long one. That's a break, and there was a very good break indeed by Rangers. But the referee saw the elbowing by Bett. They have to be pulled back. He blew the whistle. Oh, well. Free kick the other way. Free kick to Aberdeen. Ali?
Well, he seemed to signal first that it was for Rangers, and then suddenly when Butchers asked him something, he changed his mind. I think the foul was against Bett.
Just the slightest suggestion of hesitancy there again. Robertson, not sure what that is. Drinkle. Strong challenge, and we have exactly 9 minutes left. Here's Walters. Overdid it. Butcher. It's Walters. Ali McCoist. Goal kick. And I think that shout of the referee might get him in trouble. He was claiming there was a deflection here. Might be able to see from this angle. No, we couldn't. Goal kick. And Neil Simpson looks to me as if he's struggling a little. It's McCoy's. Free kick. Yes, he was ducking dangerously there. Ali obviously doesn't agree, but it's a free kick. Which is always extremely dangerous. And Neil Simpson, I'm not sure if he wants to carry on or not. I think there's going to be a substitution. Here's a very strong player coming on, lad from Bellsill. Well, we had a shot of him there, Brian Urban. There he is. Man who scored that equaliser for Aberdeen the day Rangers won the championship. I have great respect for this lad because he used to be the accountant in the bank where I had a meagre amount deposited, and he's a strong lad. Golf. Brown. Well, that's loose by Miller. Now Walters. Brown being pushed way to the side. Oh, and easily beaten. Now the break by Ben. Ferguson will play it safe. He's had a good game for Rangers, Ferguson. He's had that brilliant goal. He's done a lot of useful work in midfield and defensively.
He's possibly the only one in Rangers midfield who's played at all. Wilkins and Cooper have been very, very disappointing. Because the Aberdeen midfielder, Bet and Connor, has been outstanding.
I think when the test is on to Wilkins, there may well be that the pace of the game is now beyond him. He's a clever player. No, snacks by Drinkle.
You maybe find if it goes to extra time, though, Simpson not been on the field, but Wilkins will get a lot more room.
But he's got a big man on him now, Brian Evan. That's a push. Free kick to Rangers with just under 5 minutes remaining. Butcher is up and nobody takes it. Ferguson. Goal kick. Did his best to run round the outside again. Very difficult against this extremely well organised Aberdeen defence. 4 minutes left now. Goal. Oh, Brown, taken really on. Here's a great chance, he's missed it, but the chance to win the cup. If ever there was one. Look at this. Terrible play there by Brown. Allowing Ben to go round the blind side of him, bad cover, and look at it. The goalkeeper certainly narrowed the angle, that was technically correct. But Ali, you really ought to have put this away.
Well, if you'd asked me to pick a player to do the same thing with the same ball, who do you walk round the goalkeeper, I'd have said Bet, and there he doesn't do it. He's the one player you would have expected to go round the goalkeeper.
That little moment of panic going through his mind, the game's almost finished.
Right, that would have given them man of the match, because he's been playing.
Well, that balances it out to a certain extent. Perhaps a more difficult chance in many ways. Nevertheless, he did get the chance to control himself, bring it down. Oh dear.
Oh, it's just like the other end. If you asked who you would like to be sent through, who would to hit it hard, you'd have picked McCoy.
In a perfect position. Seemed to bounce the wrong way for him. Run there by Ferguson. Here's a chance and a brilliant save. What an ending to this game. 2 minutes left. Superb entertainment. The both teams fighting to the end with a lot of good football. Now this is good goalkeeping. That could have broken anyway. Golf is there, and it's there. Ali McCoy. 3-2 for Rangers. Only a couple of minutes left. And that ball bounced agonisingly for Aberdeen. Down to McCoy, and Snell goes right through his legs, would you believe? Now can Aberdeen fight back from this? McCoy's who had missed that chance earlier on, sweeping it away. A cluster of red jerseys couldn't stop that. Late pressure by Rangers. I make it now a minute and a half.
Well, you would think that was over now, but you never know in this game.
Well, Aberdeen have proved twice they could come back, except the time is against them. They played so bravely. Here is McCoy. Ferguson takes it beautifully. And here is the Rangers support. I make it about 30 seconds remaining. The Rangers supporters have taken over, but the final whistle is still to go. And there's Wilkins telling people to get into the penalty area. Drinkle can't get there. John Hewitt. O'Connor to Robertson. Aberdeen still fighting bravely on. That might be a little bit too much. And his great save. And is pushed away. Oh, they could have put that in. Rangers gripping this game only by the fingertips. Look at the way he left that. That was an appalling error by Butcher. And then it was scrambled. The goalkeeper did extremely well.
Oh.
An incredible ending, and there goes the final whistle. The Skull Cup, for the third year in succession, goes to Ibrox. I doubt very much if any game could have equalled the one last season between this pair, but one has to say, in a different sort of way, that was an utterly superb match. I'm not talking perhaps about the quality of football. Okay, we could maybe criticize it in many ways, but in terms of excitement, fight, courage, and astute management by Graham Sinister, for example, acknowledging, I think, his wife, at least I hope it is, the way he was blowing kisses. It's had everything. Ali.
Neither team deserved to lose, and I mean, that last 10 minutes gave us more excitement than you're seeing a whole season of football. It wasn't greatest football, but the excitement in the goal mouth was tremendous.
And we go through the ritual now of the cup presentation. And both teams, I think, exhausted. The Rangers supporters, of course, will be celebrating. I think you can hardly criticise the way Aberdeen played in this game. The supporters couldn't. I know it's bitterly disappointing for them. Let's not kid ourselves. It always is. Nevertheless, I do think that they deserve the greatest credit. David Dodds has been made the man of the match, Ali.
Yeah, he scored 2 goals, and of course that's what gave him it. But I felt that Bet of Aberdeen and Fergus the Rangers could have been another 2 that could easily have won it.
And they're a very sympathetic word from the president of the league, Jack Steedman, to Willie Miller as he got the losers medal, the runners-up medal. With Mrs. Steedman and Jim Farry and John McKenzie, chairman, managing director of Alaba Brewery Company, who are the sponsors. Neil Simpson, who went off near the end. And the Rangers side now prepare to come up and receive the cup. There will be 2 cups presented. Graham Souness congratulating all of his players coming off there. And there a particularly emotional and affectionate hug for Richard Gough. That is the incredible size of the Rangers support, which has gone round almost 2/3 of the ground. Must be something like 55, 60,000 of them. Now, it is Terry Butcher with the Skull Cup. The second time he has done that. He missed last year's final through suspension. And the actual Scottish League Cup itself